Hello, Brazil. Good evening, Brazil. My name is Tessio, and you are watching SkillzVault right now. We are playing the second qualifiers for your country, so it is your chance to play with us and grab some money. $5,000 for you. This money are waiting. So let's go. Let's go with the first video explainer video. Hi there. SkillzVault is finally live. There is an opportunity to find new global esports stars who had not had a chance to show themselves so far or who are simply hiding their presence from the world. Now it is a chance for them to be on everyone's lips. Perhaps this is what we are waiting for. Perhaps it is you who will meet your idol and try to become the best duo partner in global competition between countries. Of which countries we are talking about?
There are 5 countries participating in SkillzVault. Korea. Registration starts on the 9th of August. The finals, in the other hand, will start on the 18th of September. Japan. Registration for this country will start on the 30th of August, and the final part will start on the 10th of October. Vietnam. The qualifiers will start on the 9th of September. Final part will start on the 10th of October. China will start qualifying on the 27th of September, while the finals will take place on the 6th of November. Brazil, which you can sign up for from the 11th of October, while the finals will take place on November.
Both stars are for your disposal, but only if you try you'll be able to find out who you play better with in duo. Represent your country and fight for the SkillzVault champion title and for $6,000 in Bitcoin Vault per region. Will you be the best in your country individually? We will find out in the finals, but if you will win, you will get additional $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault. Don't wait, sign up now. Alright guys, so now you should know actually everything about SkillzVault and how to play with us and how to join SkillzVault tournament. Great tournament, great international tournament. So if you want to play with us, come and play with us. And in addition to money, you can play with some stars. And I'm sure you know this guy from Brazil because he's known caster for, I think, around the globe, and he's actually starting for in the challenge, esports challenge for the best caster in the world. Let's go, let's meet him, Bruno Clash. Hello, I'm Tesri and you are watching SkillzVault. Today we have a very important guest. I hope we get to know him a little better. Bruno Clash from Brazil. Hi, hello, how are you today?
Olá, tudo bom? Tô bem, tô muito bem. Tô muito ansioso também por fazer parte da SkillzVault e muito feliz pelo convite, com certeza.
Okay, perfect. I will ask you a few questions. Please give me honest answers. Are you ready?
Yes. Sim!
All right, so let's go. First of all, I would like to ask you, who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
Pô, eu espero ser o cara que vai levar o Brasil à vitória, né? Com certeza vou dar o melhor, vou tentar ajudar a galera que eu estiver jogando junto também, vou acompanhar eles. Quem sabe eu também não posso ajudar de alguma forma os caras que já manjam muito do jogo a conseguir trilhar o caminho da vitória. Eu espero poder ajudar bastante. Também, quem sabe, ser ajudado.
Oh, I can feel this energy. I like it so much. Let's talk about the players. Who do you think I'm going to play with?
Bom, eu espero contar com os melhores jogadores do Brasil aí. Com certeza eu vou recrutar todo mundo para poder jogar comigo também, né? E quem sabe conseguir essa galera levar esse prêmio aqui pro Brasil, trazer pro Brasil. Nós temos muitos bons jogadores, inclusive um deles, um dos melhores do mundo, que é o Carrilho. Então eu espero que de repente, quem sabe, jogar com o Carrilho também, né? E temos também muito bons influenciadores, como por exemplo o Netenho. Quem sabe a gente não faz uma dupla boa aí.
Alright, so I cannot wait to see you in the finals. But talking about the finals, talking about the game, what are you going to focus on during the game?
Bom, eu vou tentar focar em ajudar os meus companheiros, né? Ajudar meus companheiros, porque eu vou dizer que eu não sou o melhor jogador do mundo aí, né? Mas eu faço um bom suporte, então eu vou tentar ajudar, acompanhar os meus parceiros e sempre estar lá quando eles precisarem. Caiu, eu vou estar lá para ajudar.
Alright, so you just said that you will support your teammates. That's a very diplomatic answer. I would like to know if you are also a good aimer, good at shooting. If your skill is on a higher level, please tell me that.
Bom, eu gosto de ajudar a equipe, claro, mas eu também gosto de dar uns tiros, né? Gosto de conseguir também me dar bem e pegar aí os adversários. Mas eu sou o cara que gosta realmente de dar aquele de longe, tá ligado? Conseguir fazer a mira bem precisa e poder pegar de longe com uma sniper, poder ajudar minhas equipes sem me expor tanto. Então eu prefiro ficar por trás e procurar a hora certa de acertar na cabeça.
Thank you, Bruno. I think we'll check that. I think we all will verify that during the game. Let's go with another question. So who do you think should participate in the event?
Bom, eu acho que eu devo chamar todo mundo que queira participar também. É claro que eu quero que o Brasil ganhe, então eu vou chamar com certeza, conclamar, chamar a galera para participar, que os jogadores já têm muito reconhecimento, claro, mas eu acho que também faz parte, todos os jogadores podem entrar nessa disputa e podem conseguir garantir a sua vaga, né? Então, você aí que tá jogando, você que joga muito bem, quer mostrar seu talento, esse é o local para você mostrar o que você sabe fazer dentro do jogo. Então, vem com a gente, participe. Então, eu vou chamar geral para poder vir fazer parte do time do Brasil.
Alright, so you've heard what Bruno just said. Sign up to the qualifiers, go to www.skillzvault.gg and do it right now. And the last question, according to you, Bruno, what is SkillzVault?
Bom, pra mim, SkillzVault é a oportunidade, é a chance que você tem aí, você que é um jogador e quer mostrar seu talento, é a oportunidade de conseguir brilhar e aparecer pro mundo.
Bruno, thank you so much for this interview. Thank you so much for watching and stay with us. Stay with SkillzVault. Bruno Clash, if you like this guy, you can go on esportsawards.com and vote for him for the best caster in 2021. You can do this if you like Bruno Clash, and if you like Namtin Pausi, just listen to this video. Hello again, I'm Testri and you are watching SkillzVault. This interview is to get closer to our stars, and today with me from Brazil is Namtin Pausi. Hello, how are you today?
Opa, tudo bem? Eu tô ótimo, tranquilo.
Perfect, so I think we can start right now. The first question, who are you going to be for SkillzVault?
Eu vou ser um influenciador brasileiro, né? Eu vou jogar com os jogadores que ganharem a qualificatória e depois na final, todo mundo ali, ajudar eles a poder ganhar pelo Brasil.
Who do you think are you going to play with?
Bom, como vai ser uma competição difícil, de bastante gente, eu imagino, vai ter que ser o pessoal com mais skill, ou que pelo menos consiga trabalhar em melhor, né? Então, tô esperando jogadores bons aí pra jogar junto.
Yeah, that can be a huge challenge. So, what are you going to focus during each game?
Bom, o Battle Royale, o importante é chegar no final vivo, né? Então acho que sobreviver até o final aí vai ser o mais importante. E se a gente conseguir pegar bastante kill no meio do caminho, melhor ainda.
And I keep my fingers crossed for you to survive till the end and maybe eat a chicken dinner. So the next question is, who do you think should participate in the event?
Eu acho que todo mundo que joga o jogo e tem habilidade, é bom no jogo e quer mostrar essa habilidade, mostrar para as pessoas que é bom e talvez até começar uma possível carreira profissional aí deve participar. Então eu acho que qualquer pessoa, desde os mais amadores aos mais profissionais, tem a chance de participar aí.
And the last question, according to you, what is SkillzVault?
Bom, eu acho que é uma grande oportunidade para o pessoal que quer começar uma possível carreira profissional ou mostrar o talento que tem, já que vai ser um torneio bem grande que vai ser transmitido pelo mundo todo. Basicamente isso.
Thank you so much. I could say even obrigado. And to all of you, thank you for watching and stay with us. Stay with SkillzVault. Alright, so you know our stars, you know Namtin Pausi and you know Bruno Clash. You can still vote him for the best play-by-play caster in 2021. And now let's see two guys on which you can vote in 2022 for the best casters in the world. Hello guys, Professor Tarzan and Highland Wolf. Hello. Hey guys.
Well, I didn't know
man.
Hey.
That would be nice, right? Like, but I never thought about it.
Flattered.
So yeah, thanks for that. Like, God.
You changed your hairstyle, Professor. I see it.
It's a little bit. I got a little bit of a trim, but I didn't realize that it takes more time to manage. I did not have time to do that. But you know what? With you close here, we're like family. So you're gonna look at me in how I wake up, right? So that's exactly it. So if you can stick by it, then we can be friends forever.
Okay. And how are you today, Highland Wolf?
I'm doing good, man. I mean, you talk about hairstyles, I'm casting in my freaking pajamas. So, like, it's late. It's almost 11 p.m., but I'm not sleepy. I'm still ready to go for his Brazil qualifiers.
No, don't let him do that.
know,
Ask him to stand up because he that
Oh, yeah.
is top
I can,
fashion.
I can
That
just be
is
like,
not
this will be like
pajamas. Okay, yeah. The bottom half is, but the top is top fashion, right? Stand up and show us.
I know,
what you've
I've got the
got, because-
SkillzVault brand, so I'm on point, you know?
SkillzVault
There we
culture.
go. Yes.
And Tarzan, could you pick up for us this guitar behind you?
God, what do
and
you
show
want?
it to the camera?
Like,
I want you to stand up. That
To
was
stand up?
That was a trap. That was a trap.
you want me to stand up? No, I can't. Like, it's not a branded thing, so that's about it. Like, I don't have anything. Okay, now I've got brand, so we're gonna stay with the. Like we're staying with the professionalism. I can't promote anything other than you guys. I mean, Bitcoin Vault, I would love to have some of that. So I'll hint that when I get my next paycheck.
Okay, guys. So it is actually, yes, it is late, but it is not like we all players like love playing at night. For me, it's always cool to sit down. There's quiet everywhere, and you can just play all night long.
You just end up doing like an all-nighter. He's just up, like he gets back home, at the end of Saturday into Sunday, playing PUBG into the next morning. Let's talk about getting
true.
into the bar at the weekend, but Testry's already on. He's on the game instead.
Guys, for me it was a very nice Saturday. I was casting today a different game, and now I'm here at SkillzVault, and tomorrow morning I'm going to do some job also. But guys, talking about SkillzVault, talking about Brazilian qualifiers, second one, and the first one was okay. I will say that I was a bit disappointed, because we all heard Bruno Clash, we've heard Nanting Pausing, and they said everyone will go to play. Maybe, Brazilians love to party, so maybe they are on party right now. I don't know. Maybe they are dancing at Copacabana's beach. I don't know. But I was disappointed.
Cha-cha. Well, you know what? I think it makes sense, right? Like, finding someone in Saturday night, I mean, could be partying if I'm like 8-9 years younger, but you know what? Like, I'm not all disappointed. Let's remind ourselves what happened last week. So, okay, number one, Hunter, who's going to represent after that first qualification, he played pretty well, so it's not too bad, right? We want to find good skills player. I know there's not a lot of tests that he has to go through, but still, performed pretty decently. And 2 sets of records, right? He literally killed everyone in the qualification.
His name describes it all, right? So... I don't think we got past like the 10-minute mark in that second game, Tarzan. On Miramar, he was search and destroy Terminator style and every single player in that lobby.
Right, yes.
They were speedrunning too, They were speedrunning too. But guys,
different ways to play PUBG.
Not speed. Yeah. So guys, we will catch you a bit later. And now, what do you want? A video about NFT or a video about Bitcoin Vault?
You can pick. I'll give that.
What do you want? You can pick.
NFT.
NFT? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. They said Bitcoin Vault, so let's go with Bitcoin Vault. Sorry, Highland Vault. Let's go with Bitcoin Vault.
A huge amount of time spent on developing a new security standard in crypto has paid off. In November 2020, the Bitcoin Vault 3-key security solution was launched on mainnet. Therefore, Bitcoin Vault has delivered on its promise to become a cryptocurrency allowing reversible transactions. It is time to move forward. In the coming years, the team behind Bitcoin Vault will focus on 6 work streams. Number 1. Development. Our main goal here will be to become a part of a decentralized application ecosystem revolving around Ethereum 2.0. That's why we want to create a wrapped version of Bitcoin Vault by the end of 2021. Number 2. Security. We have our own team of blockchain security experts who audit the code on a regular basis. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's why we stay ahead of dangers and potential loopholes or bugs in the system. We will work with external partners to apply any fixes necessary, perform penetration tests, and at some point work with community and white hats on blockchain security. Number 3. User experience. Bitcoin Vault apps will continue to improve. In the coming years, we will focus on collecting user feedback and applying it to redesign our products to make them user-friendly, convenient, and fresh. Number 4. Products. Along with IT development, we are strongly focusing on market adoption with new products in the pipeline. In 2021, we want to launch staking products with our partner support and connect the Bitcoin Vault ecosystem to fiat currencies. Number 5. Marketing. Awareness. This will be our marketing and communication focus for the next few years. Despite years of rapid development, only a small percentage of people around the world use crypto. It's time for a change. And last but not least, number 6. Quantum computing. The final workstream is more long-term. We are looking at quantum computing concepts with a lot of expectations. What would that mean for blockchain and distributed ledger technology? We will partner with public institutions and private businesses to find a new role for blockchain projects supporting emerging technologies. We cannot predict the future, but we can shape it. Join us. Find out more by visiting our website at btcv.com.
Hey, let's go with how to play. That was very quick. Hi there. SkillzVault is finally live. There is an opportunity to find new global esports stars who had not had a chance to show themselves so far, or who are simply hiding their presence from the world. Now it is a chance for them to be on everyone's lips. If you are from Brazil and your unfulfilled dream is to play alongside a star and become a professional esports player, there's only one way you can make it happen: SkillzVault. But how can you participate in it? It's very, very easy. You enter the specially prepared SkillzVault website, which you will find at the address skillvault.gg. Then you will find the Sign Up tab. There you will be able to see the option to sign up for one of the 4 qualifying tournaments. Thanks to that, you will join the stars who are waiting for you in the match stage of the tournament. And which stars we are talking about? Bruno Clash
is the first player with whom you can form the best duo in the fight for the global SkillzVault champion.
Nantin Pausi
Is the second player waiting for you. Remember to sign up as soon as possible.
Okay, so remember that there are 4 qualifying rounds. So even if you can't sign up for the first one, we'll accept you on the second with open arms. So if you are ready to become the best, it is worth knowing how and what you will fight for. In each country, the tournament was divided into 3 stages. The first is the qualifying phase, the second is the match phase, and the third is the final. Together with the stars, you will take part in 2 of them, gaining both individual points and those that will add up to the global SkillzVault ranking. If you are the best in your country, a big share of the $6,000 prize pool in Bitcoin Vault awaits you. But that's not all. If your country turns out to be the best among all participants, you will receive a whopping $5,000 in Bitcoin Vault prize and the SkillzVault champion title, as well as eternal respect and a chance to be noticed by headhunters looking for players. If this sounds like an opportunity to you, don't waste it. Sign up now. Okay, so now you know how to play with us, you know what is SkillzVault, you know how much money we have in the pot, you know our stars, you know our casters. So let's connect with them again. Hello again, Professor Tazan and Highland Wolf. And let's start with Highland Wolf. Have you ever been in Brazil?
No, I haven't. I was almost going to go on an expedition to South America, but instead I went to India. I went over to the Himalayas instead, which was quite an experience. And I wanted it's a lifetime thing, but I've always wanted to go to Brazil. I used to have people I worked with who were from Brazil. They're pretty cool. They were pretty cool indeed.
Yeah. I've got a friend, you know, and he went to Brazil because he was working like from home, and he went there for like 6 months, and he was like chilling there and working for like from home. Yeah, so it was like everyone was on home office past few months, so he was on home office in Brazil. He said it was really cool. And have you ever been in Brazil, Professor? Or do you want to go? You're planning to go, maybe?
No and yes. I'm just learning.
Thank you.
No, I haven't been.
Thank you.
Really want.
Thank you.
Like, honestly. So, but yeah, like it would be amazing. I've heard a lot of things about it. One a good mix of experiencing the culture as well as the natural side of things. Obviously, we've got rainforests or whatnot, so that's going to be a plan sometime.
All right, but I'm sure you can tell me something more about Brazilian scene, because you've mentioned a few times some Brazilian teams, so let's go.
Me? Okay, I'll start. So for example, let's just mention some very good teams and players. Carrillo from Alpha 7. I mean, that whole team is completely cracked. Like, that team is crazy. When we look at the Pro League, across all regions, they have the highest amount of points. And it's actually quite crazy. Like, we've got the system where if you win games or chicken dinners in Super Weekends, you actually get $1,000 per chicken dinner, and they've got like 13 or something like that. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, it's probably more than what they get for winning.
More than what the prize
so,
pool for their position offers.
Exactly.
Right?
So that is one team to look out for, and we'll see them in the American Championships to see whether they will represent as one of the teams on the West, because the format's out as well for this year's PMGC, the Global Championships. So we have the Eastern and Western segment first, then teams need to fight for some spots. Slightly more goes over to the East because absolutely packed that region, and then they reconvene and then fight for the finals.
So what is the name of the team again? Ace 1?
Alpha 7. Almost there.
Alpha 7.
Alpha 7.
Almost
Alpha
there,
7.
but Ace 1, there is actually a team in Brazil, Ace 1, called Ace 1.
Wouldn't be
and they are
surprised.
playing PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile, yeah.
I'm gonna look for
Actually,
them.
PUBG Mobile, and they have won like a month ago $5,000. So maybe they are here with us today in the lobby. I hope so. I really, really hope so. And Highland, what do you want to see today? Please tell me. Like few things. You want to see full lobby, of course, and what?
Yeah. I want to see games go past like phase 5. I don't. the cheese,
Wow!
The cheesiness factor. It was like a solid blue cheese left just to have its stench come out the fridge and enter through the whole house. It was so cheesy to watch Hunter just sit in the apartments. Everyone just walk around into apartments and just die by like phase 3, phase 4, phase 1 again. In Miramar, he just search and destroys, right as I say it, through the entirety of the desert to take out every single person in that lobby. We ended the game not even in phase 2. It's quite ridiculous indeed to watch.
Yes, it is. But SkillzVault is a special tournament. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have some really good players too. But I think it's all about fun. Games are all about fun. Relaxation. Of course, they are so stressful sometimes. But now let's go with the first game of today. Guys, we are on the plane. Don't worry, I'm not casting with you, so I'm leaving with you. But I want to see how many. 7 people in the lobby. Let's go.
Oh man, Tarzan, we got a solid lucky 7 in for the first game, and we're making our way down onto a northern and western side playing path for our start of the first game. And I feel like, do you know what I feel like sometimes when I cast this game is, those weather commercials actually, Tarzan, the side note, and when they say, we've got a westerly plane path coming in over the clouds, Tarzan, we're entering up, it's a little bit of a sunny day here in Orangle, there's clear skies, perfect opportunity for the weather to kill in everyone else on the battlefield, and it's prime chicken dinner days.
Oh, that's actually a very good idea. Do a little bit of weather forecast, right, is what you're looking for.
I know,
And,
right?
right
It must
here,
be pretty hot on the forest, right? Pretty hot.
I guess so.
Does it ever rain?
I should
Does
know.
it ever
right?
rain
Like,
on Orangle? I mean, we had rain on Miramar. Like, we had
Yes.
rain in the desert. But I don't have rain in the open grass plains.
Well, I feel like there is definitely some rain and fog from time to time for Sandhawk, but this map, I feel like yes, for sure. That's going to be some early clash. Like Skylo Boy, not the first time that we see him, but like Stabil in here, already showing some small mechanical things, right? Like challenging with the shotgun could go incredibly wrong, but when they landed the crate, okay, this is weird. Skylo Boy, the man needs some glasses, man. So Stabil definitely tracking that one down. And we're down to 5 very soon. What is going on? A drop shot? Okay. That's a really nice one. You can see the maneuvers coming through, right? I saw him use the I button a little bit. shotgun skills need to improve for sure. But yeah, like got himself that kill
I think,
and 30 points.
Yes, Skylar Boy, I think there's some improvement that we can do here. We've got some definite ways to go up in the world, Tarzan. We can put it that way. We can look at it in a positive light with positive casters. As funny as it is watching you get run down, completely oblivious to the fact that there's a shotgun behind you.
I mean, the thing is, it usually has that scare factor, right? But after the first pump, you should know. But Skylar Boy was so confused. It's like he lost his headphones. And so, yeah, that seems to be what's happening. And actually, like, the side scope is pretty cool. I loved it when it came out. Then I completely dropped it. I didn't think it's worth it. I just do that quick swap anyway, because I think it's just for my layout. It was hard to find a space to contain that button to swap to this center scope. They've got a fancy name for it, but good to see that now who's using it is Popo, because we've seen this player last week, and we talk about coming back and trying again. Yeah, they got hunted down. Everyone got hunted down by Hunter. So it's time to come back and say, you know what? Let's try it again. Let's not give up too soon.
That's true. And I think also it's a little bit unfortunate to see the Grease King once again in the lobby. Avid favorite when it comes to jumping in at every single opportunity of games, Tarzan, but he falls out first out of these 7 players. Falco wants to take him down and around the school side himself, actually. So up 1 kill already, which of course, when it comes to only being a few players inside this lobby, kills quite advantageous, you could say, when it comes to his extra 30 points given for every single kill. Yes, you can grab yourself that beautiful 400 points for first, but when there's only 7 players, everyone's getting a big share of that prize points when it comes to placements overall.
Yeah, and after all, it's also having the mentality to continue in the second game as well. We've seen like some important game 2s coming through across the regions, and right now, actually, I want to put my bet onto Falco, right? Like, so very, very okay. Fancy cut. Wow, that's very, very nice. And
I think you bet too early, man. I mean, Popo, he's got a car. He's got a swag.
Yeah,
when it comes to
I know. I talk about cars. I don't care if it's fancy. I'm not that type. Like, give me a sturdy car. Like, I don't need it to be fancy. Like, that's the thing. I feel like if I have a fancy car, just get keyed, right? People hate you for being seemingly better than them in life or whatnot. Let's not go too deep. My head can't contain it. And yeah, so yes,
he agrees,
destroy the car.
He agrees 100%.
Okay, but jokes aside, I want to talk about Iron Bazaar as well. Like, we've seen that player before. He is the very fancy type that can play very, very disrespectful. But I think when it comes to mechanics, it might be between him and the side of Falco is still in school, and not that in school, right? Like, but in school on Erangel, but he could be at school as well. Man, like sometimes these names just give me a headache, right? They're at the pier or whatnot. There's like literally, I've seen some players before who texted me after like PNPL say I actually played at the airport or something like that, like because they literally just like got off the plane and started playing an official tournament and all that stuff. So it can happen. So yeah, of course, a lot of players are at school, which makes it even more exciting if they get a taste of this prize pool Island Wolf.
That is just dedication, Tarzan. When you think that you go in onto what could be PMPL, the stakes are at highest in the history of your own tournament career. And he just jump in from the plane into the PUBG world, onto Erangel, onto Miramar, onto Sanhok, and you're just clapping people early on inside this airport Wi-Fi. I mean, do you ever wonder, like, if you just had these cameras behind the players, like, you actually talk about sitting in their pajamas in their bedroom. You know, I'm sitting in my pajamas in my bedroom, casting tonight. But they could also be at that airport. They could be in their big swaggy suits, you know. They could be clapping, I say, in fashion when it comes on to those people in the rest of the lobby.
Hey, you know what? It's actually a very important topic to talk about. You know, like when, you know, a lot of lockdown stuff happened, and a lot of people struggle, right? Like, and they don't know how to stay motivated or whatnot. One way that people actually tried is to, Bazoo is definitely saying, I need to play PUBG, I need people to fight me, so I'm just going to shoot out of no reason when I hear someone. So that's number one. But like people sometimes dress up like as if they need to attend something more serious, and it puts them in that mode, right? It's almost like a football player putting on the jersey, then they feel like it's game time, right? And so maybe players have that as well in PUBG. I certainly sometimes have that, as a caster, especially in finals where we put out a suit and shirt. Like that helps. I feel like that really helps. And finally, Basil may get a little bit of the punishment that he's not just deserved right now. He's done that so many times. He's like toying with everyone. It's just like, I'm going to bait you, I'm going to. And last time he died here very, very quickly.
I think it was more embarrassing, right, in the way that he died. He was shooting out, trying to draw the attention of others around him inside Pachinki, and then got hit out in mid-drop into a window that he failed to jump in through, then hit the wall and got blown up by the other player on the roof. I mean, Bazour, I like his style. I felt like he had the right idea initially, but he just makes a little bit too of these aggressive plays. In Falco, speaking of aggressive, I think that he could have been punished quite easily by Bazour. There were moments coming into that compound where I think if Bazour was ready, he could have been looking, he could have been searching, and he could have, I think, easily stopped Falco from entering in a little further, or at least had a little bit more advantageous point of a fight, because now Falcon knows where he is, because Bazour has made these sound cues already to try to draw out the attention of those in the area, and instead, actually, as a result, Falco then comes in behind him and has that more advantageous position coming in onto the 1v1. But as we say, with 5 players, we have hit the 9-minute mark, and we're successfully making it possibly into what could be our furthest point in the game so far. We might actually achieve late game.
For this region, yeah. Like, I mean, it's a weird record to break, and but yeah, you know what? Like, I love what this player's doing, right? With swap to FPP mode, drive the car. It reminds me of how great this game is. Like the variety that it brings. Like when you swap to FPP, things are completely different in a very fun way. And like, think about this. Like back in the day. And I would take everyone, like including Testry back, everyone back maybe 7-8 years. Like if there's a driving racing game that looks like this, is already top notch. Like, and you would like it, right? Like, and now, but you can have this experience in a battle royale game. How crazy is that?
I used to like playing all those racing games, right, when you're a kid. I mean, for me though, like when I was 12, 11, it was more like Mario Kart. It was more. More child-friendly games than PUBG, smacking people with AKMs and AWMs.
Also, it could be better, like when it comes to science, right? Like last time, literally, we saw someone getting shot in the pinky, in the fingers, and lost his life.
That hurts.
You will not die.
That hurts.
You will not die by just, yes, it's so painful. But Testry got a very good explanation. Like, I'm not sure whether you've heard it before. It's like you shot a man in the hand, and then, yeah, like he lost the love of his life. Yep, that's exactly as far as I'm going to go.
Oh man, Tarzan. we're getting down to the watershed hours already. We're only in the first game.
You should have seen
of course.
Testry.
Yes.
You should have seen Testry's face after he said that and trying to
give a straight face.
And trying to potentially elaborate, but didn't. And yeah, like it was perfect, to be fair. So yeah, maybe his street is a little bit more philosophical than scientific, but I do.
That's true.
I can understand, from hearing from my friends, not my personal experience. And we should go back to talking about the game, and as we see, maybe centering back up around school, and it's where we had the end game last week. Not the end game because it's Phase 9, guys. It's because that's where everyone fought and died.
Also, though, that zone is getting pretty central around Falcon. It looks really straight and now when it comes to all of the rest of these players jumping in around onto Roshawk, I actually think that Falco just stands still because he's got a center of his own, right? He doesn't need to be worried. He's got a kill under his belt. And I'm actually just glad, on a side note, when it comes to players now driving, it comes to just players conjugating in on towards that center point, but we're not watching people run into walls. I mean, I have high hopes for Brazil. I personally think that, you know, we've seen region after region beat out the previous one when it comes to the finals and points. There could be a world, right, where Brazil, you see the finalists, you see one of them actually beating out China. 13 kills in a 4th position, was it? When it comes to, or 1st position, should I say, in 12 kills for that final game. So it was a lot of points, but it's possible to beat. That's true.
Someone's just drowned.
But how?
You know,
They need their armbands. They need their beautiful like little duck, you know, armbands that they have in the pool, in the little like kiddie pool.
You understand? You know, sometimes these fellow men, they'd rather drown than being shot in the finger and die. Right, so I don't respect that, but I do understand, right? So that's the thing, you know. Sometimes people are like, I respect, no, I understand.
It's a lesser pain option,
like,
right?
It's like, and so maybe, and I actually quite like it. How other players are prioritizing, you know, this type of area, because we've seen quite a hard shift type of meta so far, right? So if it goes north, it's annoying, like playing around these river or whatnot, and so yeah, or maybe they're just all very good. And the Sixth Sense, which we have seen someone do perfect Sixth Sense before, you know, can drive to someone 2,000 meters away and shooting down someone behind a rock, and I do not want to see that. But I do want to see some fights as Bazoo continue as his true color, right? You know, grabbing some of these airdrop, and I'm waiting for him to get punished, and here comes the shots.
Yeah, I was looking at Falco. I saw that position, and I felt that Brazil was traveling a little bit too far into the open, not really, of course, scouting out if there could be other players here. And I think he has realized, of course, there not being quite the amount of beautiful loot in that airdrop as one would quite imagine. Falco was snatching that one all away. 2 smokes and a car going straight out and reverse. Not into the water. We've already seen one drown, Brazil. We don't need another. As beautiful as it is, one less pain to the next. Bazura will be first out either way, and Falco secures a 2nd kill for himself. Tarzan, we're not quite done yet, though. There's even more coming towards this airdrop, and Falco, he's eyeing up his first.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about it, right? Like, I think he might be the one who can make it all the way through, and okay, I want you to be the professor for one time, right? Like, what it say? What does it say about me? Okay, what does it say about me? Have you got your glasses on? Can I start?
I've got my glasses on. I've got my hands. I've made glasses out of my fingers.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm
okay,
ready.
Right. I'll start anyway. Okay, you're ready. So, what does it mean if I keep feeling some euphoria or almost happiness when I see Bazua getting punished, when he have this very almost disrespectful playstyle? Like, he's always done these things where, like, he would taunt a player, he would go for something high risk, potentially high reward, but just do it so almost disrespectfully. I don't know how to say it. And when he gets punished, I feel a little bit of joy. Am I just a terrible person, or what does it say about me, Professor Highland Wolf?
I think, Tarzan, coming in, and I'm glad you came into the clinic today to actually discuss this, because I think it's a very important and key point in parts of games, is it because your knowledge is just slightly better, Tarzan, when it comes to playing the game. And of course, Falco, he knows as well that you have to press the fire button to be able to kill someone, I'm afraid. Falco, he strikes his third, as we said, but I think to watch a player like Falco play so well, to just walk around, to be able to assassinate his entire lobby, it's almost gratification, Tarzan, is what it is. To understand that, you know, you expected this player to be punished. You expected them to be taken down. But actually, you were the one who, yes, knew all of this. They did not. As a result, they are the ones that get punished for making those clear mistakes that we both know are the mistakes that they've been making.
True, right? Like, you want to see someone do good work. We want, you know, like the way I was raised, or and some of my very good family friends, almost like you know, sometimes you just get these, okay, goodbye, and we got it. And I'll continue with my point another time, but Falco,
Yeah.
I can't fault how he plays. And to be fair, when we match how he plays, and when it comes to micro and control, could be matched with the winner of last week being Hunter. So I can't complain, like you said. You know, sometimes, yes, they may not have the highest level of competition through the qualification, but after all, sometimes they might still be the deserved one. And if you put them through more tests, so that's a good way to win that. And I do think that playstyle, you know, the first thing that was there was he's there to respond to someone who was greedy. So those are some textbook play, you know, that sometimes that you didn't always use. So that's a good one, but we'll continue with what we said just a little bit later.
A huge amount of time spent on developing a new security standard in crypto has paid off. In November 2020, the Bitcoin Vault 3-key security solution was launched on mainnet. Therefore, Bitcoin Vault has delivered on its promise to become a cryptocurrency allowing reversible transactions. It is time to move forward. In the coming years, the team behind Bitcoin Vault will focus on 6 work streams. Number 1. Development. Our main goal here will be to become a part of a decentralized application ecosystem revolving around Ethereum 2.0. That's why we want to create a wrapped version of Bitcoin Vault by the end of 2021. Number 2. Security. We have our own team of blockchain security experts who audit the code on a regular basis. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's why we stay ahead of dangers and potential loopholes or bugs in the system. We will work with external partners to apply any fixes necessary, perform penetration tests, and at some point work with community and white hats on blockchain security. Number 3. User experience. Bitcoin Vault apps will continue to improve. In the coming years, we will focus on collecting user feedback and applying it to redesign our products to make them user-friendly, convenient, and fresh. Number 4. Products. Along with IT development, we are strongly focusing on market adoption with new products in the pipeline. In 2021, we want to launch staking products with our partner support and connect the Bitcoin Vault ecosystem to fiat currencies. Number 5. Marketing. Awareness. This will be our marketing and communication focus for the next few years. Despite years of rapid development, only a small percentage of people around the world use crypto. It's time for a change. And last but not least, number 6. Quantum computing. The final work stream is more long-term. We are looking at quantum computing concepts with a lot of expectations. What would that mean for blockchain and distributed ledger technology? We will partner with public institutions and private businesses to find a new role for blockchain projects supporting emerging technologies. We cannot predict the future, but we can shape it. Join us. Find out more by visiting our website at btcv.com. Hello BTCV enthusiasts! In this video you will find instructions on how to receive or deposit BTCV, as well as how to make secure, fast, secure and cancel transactions. Before we start, make sure you already created a 3-key Vault wallet on your Gold Wallet app. You will also need your fast transaction key and cancel transaction key to make transactions. How to receive or deposit BTCV. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select the wallet to which you want to deposit or receive BTCV. Tap Receive. Tap Share Wallet Address to share your wallet address or the QR code with the person who is going to send you BTCV. You can also indicate the amount of BTCV you would like to receive. That's it! How to make a secure fast transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to send BTCV. Tap Send. Enter the amount of BTCV you want to send. Enter the wallet address of the person you want to send it to. You can also tap the QR code icon to scan the QR code of the wallet. You can also add an optional note. Select Secure Fast Transaction from the list. Tap Next. Open the Fast Transaction Key PDF on your second device. Tap Scan on the Gold Wallet mobile app. Scan the private key QR code from the PDF. Check the details and tap Send Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now complete. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. How to make a secure transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to send BTCV. Tap Send. Enter the amount of BTCV you want to send. Enter the wallet address of the person you want to send it to. You can also tap the QR code icon to scan the QR code of the wallet. You can also add an optional note. Select Secure Transaction from the list. Tap Next. Check the details and tap Send Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now complete. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. How to cancel a transaction. Tap Wallets in the menu at the bottom of the screen. Select your 3-key Vault wallet from which you want to cancel the transaction. Tap Cancel. Select the transaction you want to cancel and tap Next. Set a transaction fee. Enter the address of the wallet where you want to send your funds. You can also tap Use address of this wallet to revert the funds to the current wallet. You can also add an optional note. Tap Next. Open the Cancel Transaction Key PDF on your second device and type in the seed phrase to the mobile device. You can also scan the private key QR code. Now open the Fast Transaction Key PDF on your second device and type in the seed phrase to the mobile device. You can also scan the private key QR code. Check the details and tap Cancel Now. Enter your transaction password and tap Confirm. Your transaction is now cancelled. Tap Return to Dashboard to return to the main screen. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so we are back in the studio after the first game and we will start the second one in like 3 minutes. So we have like 3 minutes to talk about the previous one. Guys, what about I Am Bazoo? Because like he is playing so many times in our qualifications. I think SkillzVault is his favorite tournament, but he's always like it is like a guy who is not learning lessons because he is always so cheesy, you know, so aggressive to those players. And
Oh, man.
actually he's ending ending in top 3 and he is dying before he can qualify.
It's just all
And actually,
down
there
to...
was one time. Wait a
Yeah.
second, because there was actually one time when he was qualified, but he didn't, show up on the tournament on the day when we are playing the finals.
Well, and that's his own fault, right? I mean, I will always portray it as, the mum issue, right? He got deleted by mum in real life when she came in and told she couldn't play.
Flanked by mum.
Flanked by, yes,
Mum
the
got the
mum
headshot
flank.
as well.
That's what it was, the mum
Blood-
flank.
Bloody like
Maybe that's
Asian
why
region,
he's
man.
so aggressive in game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mum flank.
Got
Right,
in
because,
the
yes,
genes.
because, right.
La-
it's
last time
bedtime.
mum
It's gotta
knocked
get
him,
her in bed.
headshot him with the flip flop. Really, pick up the shoot and just go, pow, didn't play games. Right? And he missed the finals from that, and now he's playing like an idiot. So he's got good skills, guys, and that's the thing. And continued with what we said earlier as well. I think as a person who gone through different maybe industry or been like a huge advocate in learning the game, I think learning, like what Testry said, exactly hit the head on the nail there. He has to learn, and he keeps doing these things that shouldn't work, and he's getting punished, and he should learn from it. And we don't want people to even sometimes, even if something works, you don't want it to work because it's bad. It's like you're learning the wrong thing. That's why sometimes top teams in any sports, like Testria would know that from like working in other games as well. You don't want to play against certain like bad teams because you just let go of the important things, right? You don't get punished for doing the wrong thing or whatnot. So he is that type of player that if he can fix mindset, then he has a potential to go quite far. But until then, he will just be the one who's always baiting and taunting with single shots in Pachinki.
Yes.
That's the
it
problem,
is. So,
right? Like
I am
he's got
Bazur,
to
if you are
he's got to
listening,
be
guys.
careful. I like the sound cues. Sorry,
yes,
he's got to be
but
careful with the sound
I want to
cues,
meet-
right?
I want to meet this guy actually because it is like, okay, it is possible that his mom is entering his room and saying you are not playing right now, but maybe he's a very rich guy and he's flying straight away, like from Korea to Japan to play the qualifiers.
But then you'd have Wi-Fi. You'd have Wi-Fi.
Right now he is in Brazil, like playing with us qualifiers. I don't know who is I am Bazur. I don't know who you are, I am Bazur. But if you are listening, just go and be calm, and try to win. Try to do your best, guys. Thank you so much for this quick talk, and I'm leaving you for the second game.
Oh man, Tarzan, he's already gone, but don't even get him in the early game this time. I think we've paid all our Testry coins into the slot machine. We got no more left. He's no longer here with us at the start of the game.
It shall be replenished within a week, and we'll be happy.
Yes, next week.
Yeah, we'll be happy again next week. That sounds sad while we're talking about. And this time round,
He's coming back, like later.
he's coming back. We're coming back, and and Miramar's back. So maybe a beep boss is back. I'm going to say it first, so you don't have to go on and on
Yes.
about it for like 2 minutes. But we need to think who's not on the plane. And Bazur got punished so hard that his mom slapped him in the face and say, "No, you come
Mom
back
flag.
here," and he's no longer in. Like, to be fair, he can have one huge win and still be able to maybe top the charts there. So yeah, maybe he knows the math as well. Maybe it's just hard. The chance is slim. There's no longer in here, but we do have the winners of game one. With no fear, Falco is dropping into Picardo.
I mean, Falco quite literally roamed just in hunter fashion, I would say, Tarzan, to wipe up, quite honestly, mop up every single one of those kills. It felt quite easy, of course, for some. We do also have Grease King in here as well, and I think it's so bad for Grease King because he's been in, like Bazur, so many of these regions qualifiers, And yes, he's making, I think, actually sometimes the same mistakes, which is why he's not surviving in these games. Just playing a little bit too eager, not really focusing on that positioning early on. He gets caught out, loses out on the potential for points, on placements, but also kills, more importantly, by roaming around a map and a lobby like this, which I think actually is very open for kills. We know that Grease King is one of these players who knows how to press the fire button on their weapon, knows how and when a shotgun is going to be hit on from behind them onto their back. So I think it's a little bit unfortunate.
I'm sorry for giggling. It really just sounds like you're trying to tell a kid well done for able to stand up. Like, that's literally how it sounded.
I
like.
wouldn't push too far, Tarzan. I mean, like...
Grease King, come on.
It's an achievement.
Our boy, our queen, our whatever friend, like, is perseverance,
right?
Coming back again and again, and one day he shall be king if he keeps this up. Of course, it'll take more than pressing the shoot button. And but yeah, I'll pass it back up to you. I don't know why. Like, it just makes me feel like, like in different type of, we talk about learning, right? So we talk about parenting as well sometimes. Talk about coaching. It's weird, right? It's like, oh, well done. Like, you didn't die for nading yourself this time, and you sound so genuine. Like, is that good? Does that help someone grow when they are just, I don't know, like, arguably not so naturally the most talented at something? And yes, like, guys, that's how British people work. We say things in a very polite way when you know exactly what I mean.
We say it politely but sarcastic. A hint of sarcasm in it.
It would be nice if you could come back after a while, which literally means, can you go away now? Like, we say,
it's like,
so that's one of the
it's a polite form of saying, like, get lost, basically.
I actually like it. I think what we call, like, maybe, I'm just gonna create new terms now, but I'd say it's nice to call it minimal mannerism. It's nice. It just makes people feel like it's not so, I don't know, rude or whatnot. So, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but I feel like it's also translates into casting, right? Like, sometimes people are like, you are an idiot, and we're just like, maybe that is not the best course of action, instead of, oh, that was a very, very bad play, right? It's just different styles that you can see. I think it's like, it makes me want to know, right? Like Bruno Clash, our influencer, the very, very famous caster from this region.
He's a jack of all trades, though. I mean, he knows.
Right.
Multiple
I want to hear him cast. I want to understand Portuguese so I can understand what he says, and then I can maybe, figure out, like, these, difference in styles across, countries and cultures, like I mentioned earlier. And like, for example, we talked about Arabic casters, like our dear friend Sandstorm, who has his good time with SkillzVault before. He's just a rapper when he needs to cast in that language. And right now, Skylo boy just needs to do better, right?
He's getting out there, man. Like, he's out.
Yeah.
He made it.
It's not the first time. He made it.
It was. Do you know what it's like? It's like when you get, as a kid, those remote controlled little toy cars, and you have to, like, bump it off the walls a little bit, and as you turn, to be able to get it to turn all the way 180 degrees, and then finally you can push it out into the way you want it to go. I mean, that's literally what Skylo Boy is trying to do right now. I like Go. He's slowing down here. As Falco as well. Inside, Picardo potentially could get caught out right now. I don't believe, though, Falco knows this current situation, Skylo Boy, so are going to be safe for the meantime. But Skylo Boy, he's not exactly the quickest right now, and I think that then relies to, yes, it's okay to not be the quickest, but positioning, very important. And I'm very concerned right now because Falco, you can see the map actually hasn't spotted him. Positioning could be the case where Skylo could actually find a surprise angle. He could try to assassinate here. Falco is not out of the options just yet.
Yeah, and I mean, the audio key's been passed over, right? Like, the way that he drove in, like he's for sure like known at the moment, and you can see the learning coming through as well. It took him 2 times, 3 times to go through a broken wall, the drop the kick.
Oh no! How could he do that, Tarzan? That's just no, that's not right,
Pressing.
Tarzan. That's just not fair. On
Yeah,
point, we're
that's
talking
life.
about improvement, and he just got up the stairs, Falco. He's just trying to look around Picardo. He's not played around this area before. He's trying to explore, and Falco just headshots him. He one-shots him out of existence.
We root for you, Skylar, but I think that's the thing. Exactly that. You ran into something in the car, then he made it fine. He fixed one thing, then he stopped. Like couldn't quite, find the vault over the wall. Second time, made it good. Tried to go up the stairs, fell off the first time, made it the second time. But hopefully that's the things that he's going to remember instead of how he got shot in the head. As we have Popo. Was that intentional? Because like that's literally one of the hardest skills to master. And let me explain, right? Sometimes you're looting in the building or whatnot, and audio cues, like the distance that renders for footsteps is 50 meters or something like that. And and cars would be more than 100, right? And so one of the important things is to know when to stop moving when you hear a car, so that you can hear them and maybe they can't hear you, and then you slowly reposition accordingly. As we see a very angry Grease King with the M249 finding his prey in San Martin. I'm not sure whether he can find it, but right now the gunshot's been passed through, so maybe we can continue with the topic of audio cues.
Right, Tarzan. I mean, we said it before, right, in terms of Bolzor being this same issue. Now Grease King, I think, is making the same mistake where you're going extremely loud. You're trying to find these, other 3 players inside the lobby. Of course, they're going to be spread out. Of course, it's going to be harder to find them. It's not a lobby filled with loads of players and 100 dropping out into the battlefield, and there's people everywhere. There's a few bots you can try bait with that. Of course, audio cues coming from the gun in towards you, but Grease King, I think, has, of course, made these mistakes. I think, of course, Popo as well is going to potentially be in a little bit of bother as they both head to that airdrop. Potentially, Popo, if he has seen that airdrop, though, I'm curious, because he was inside Tarzan, that building, and as much as Grease King is heading towards that location next, you've got to imagine, I'm not sure if Popo is doing the same. Seems to be finally going downstairs, seems to be doing the case, but I also want to reiterate a little bit back to what we said earlier. And, when we said, people aren't always the best. We're not expecting PMPL level stuff coming out of these players, but more about casual, more about having fun, and more about enjoying your time in the competition, right? And it was always, we had that point, when we joined PUBG, and we were also equally in this situation. I mean, it was not forgotten the days when I first joined in the PUBG world and I had Maxman say, hey, do you want to cast this game? You have no knowledge about it. You just downloaded it 10 seconds ago. We're going to jump into some casts and you're going to have no clue what anything is about. And I remember jumping in and not knowing what even a blue zone was, Tarzan. Never even mind how to move.
How did you even know him then? Like, I met a lot of people because I've joined a scene as someone very green, and then slowly got my way up. But hey, speaking of getting way up, already up there is Grease King, and there's a guy. Someone's crawling in front of you, mate. Oh god,
it's almost comical, right? They're looking, they can see each other, but no one dies. Then Falco comes in, and he is eyeing up 2-3 kills right now. I'm not gonna lie.
What am I watching? Like, he missed a headshot on the target that's not moving, but the second shot went even. He got a quick scope in though for the second game.
Oh no, it's not. Okay, nope. I was like,
didn't even cook it, mate.
Himself if that lands.
is bad bowling as well, and did the same thing the second time round as well, not cooking, same spot, throwing off the building. Did he not see that the explosion's not on the balcony? My brain is just so painful right now. There's someone driving around as well.
I don't know what's going on in these games sometimes, but I'm telling you something. Brazil is the best region to cast. I love casting Brazil because it's full of surprises. Is what we can say.
It's very true.
Out of the meta. It is not normal. A region here, Brazil.
Well, we like it, right? Like, for example, Popo say, yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, well, I'll move backwards, and so yeah, like, you know, to be fair, like, have you seen some research, right? Like, how human brain goes around a lot of things by, not muscle memory, but it's like in your
Yes.
the automatic system, or like so. When you do something different or something new, that is why, you know, it's hard to maybe maintain relationships or whatnot, because like people just get bored, right? The body fires the same type of signal like through your brain and nerves or whatnot, and then it suddenly doesn't feel so exciting and all that stuff. So doing something different is always great, and what Popo did was also one of those things on the list. Some people literally, from what I know, some of these more middle-aged, you know, wise Asian men that I personally know, spend some time every day walking backwards, and that actually helps. It's from what some research said, and
Wait, it does?
finally,
Oh,
it's the second time, right? Like, someone's better with the Winchester, and Grease King say, okay, that pissed me off again, so I'm going to bring up the M249, which I haven't reloaded since I last sprayed it against the wall.
he's determined that someone is going to break through that door, and I wouldn't be wrong to assume this. I mean, Falco is climbing the staircases. He is there inside the same building, I believe, too. So he's going to hit that door eventually. Grease Kingo, he's lost his opportunity, I think. He's not quite ready, and I think he fires too early. Now, actually, Falco base it out. Grease King, unfortunately, can be seen as well. And I like this coming through from Falcon. He knows. He's ready to pop the grenade out. He's going to bounce it back onto Grease King. That is some next level cooking. Was it cooked right, though? No, it was not. And Falco also equally makes a little bit of a blunder there, and Grease King gets away. Smoke through the door makes it a little bit more tricky for Falco to be able to enter this engagement.
Interesting decisions there. Like, if I were Falco, if I see someone just like that, I would throw whatever utilities, and then I would just go for it, right? Like, we talk about how frag grenades is not just there for damage. It can cause, you know, it can take away your audio queue just a little bit as well. You can shake your screen, so all sorts of advantage there. And I'm actually quite surprised that Falco didn't go for it.
He is going to wait for it and go once more. Cannot see the Grease King. He stepped further backwards, so it's going to be harder to obviously spy out the location of Grease King himself. And steps outside, and nade trying to be cooked and will bring Grease King extremely low. Falco stuck straight on back, though, and down to what is going to be 60% HP, but caused much more healthy than Grease King. Going to have to heal back up, expecting, of course, Falco does the same. Painkiller's back on board, and surprising that actually Falco himself did not push that further. Potentially does now let, of course, Grease King get away. He's moved downstairs, but the shots are there as they are true, and that'll be Grease King. Wipe down the wall beside him, nowhere to run, and Falco, 3 kills. 1 more to go, though. This is exactly like what we saw in Hunter Tarzan. It's the exact same situation.
Yeah, I feel like I'm expecting more from Falco. We talked about this trend so far where, yes, we don't have, you know, a lot of test for these winners of the qualification round, and but we still try to, at least I always try to be quite strict when it comes to the execution, the micro and whatnot. I feel like Falco could have done that a lot better. You know, the first time, yeah, maybe he just wants to play with his food, which I never think that's a good thing to do, and but maybe he just took some time. But let's assume that he did not play with his food. Like, if he landed first nade with confidence, that's the time to push with HP advantage, right? And those are the things that I'm not seeing yet. So maybe he's the one who's, you know, got the mechanics, but when it comes to smart play, when we talk about getting work done with less effort, maybe that's something that he can work on. And I'm proud for Grease King. I mean, like, he repositioned to heal. He did not panic to drop off the building before he healed, so he didn't kill himself. So sometimes you can celebrate small things, really.
I think that's actually very true. Of course, Grease King did try to drop off the building. I think wasn't as efficient. He wasn't quite sure of where to go. You could see it in the way that he moved one way into the next. Falco then had time to reposition himself and take, of course, Grease King down. But I think actually in a world where Grease King was much more efficient in that case, and where he was just going straight in one direction, you saw that the way he was heading was where Falco's vehicle was, and I think actually Grease King could have gotten even away with that one, stolen away the buggy and moved along into that next phase, as it is coming into, of course, phase 3 now. That shift very imminent, but Falco, it's now a case for him, of course, to search for that final kill, and where is that, I do wonder, because I want to have a look at that map. I want to know where and how far the distance is between them, because that is determinant, of course, where Falco needs to come from, and where, of course, now comes onto the other player. Can they take Falco down? Because I think that Falco, low-key Tarzan, might have just managed to secure himself this next place, the second qualifier.
I feel like he's gone through it already. So you know how I like to be a man of theory and whatnot. And to be fair, if I'm Falco now, of course we've got sportsmanship, right? Of course, the math suggests that he's qualified already, but he still wants to get the chicken dinner. But there's a time, or there's certain situations where he can literally kill himself and then just end this whole thing, and then still get qualified. For example, maybe he needs sleep for a huge project or exam tomorrow.
There's flip-flop.
Yeah, like, no, maybe in something more noble. Maybe, right? Like, so I don't know. Got some friends to help, could help mom out with some housework. He's already proudly qualified, and maybe he can do something interesting and just make it quick, right? Sometimes that's really shows, and that's something part of the interesting part of analyzing any game is how does a player behave in a certain situation. Like, if I've qualified already, I don't need all the glory, I would go rest or do something else. Then he can literally nade himself right now, right? Oh. And that could be one way, but also you've got the other types of players who would say, no, like, how I do something is how I do everything, I will not give it up. And right now we have Falco actually approaching very close to the last player, or should I say enemy, that he has to take down.
It almost feels like food right now. He's just norming it up like freaking Pac-Man inside his next level. And I mean, power beret. One shot does not come through the Winchester. A second attempt will not land. Third time to charm, though. He does not get it. There's always fourth option, though. There, that one does hit, but it's quite far away. It's going to bring him down to half HP, but Falco with that little bit of an extra advantage, enough to cover. But he never even saw it coming. Tarzan, he takes away another 4 kills. Absolute dominance coming through from Falco. I am just honestly astounded, though, how these players, Hunter now Falco 2, in such early game stages, are able to find these other players inside this lobby. I mean, it's almost like they've got heat-seeking missiles attached to them that are bringing him to the next kill.
Good raiders. And you know what? We could see how imperfect that player was, right? Like, we talk about how you could see, like, in the second last scope in on the ADS, he aimed at the wrong tree. It's things like that that make me believe that even if we have to compare between the two who qualified for the Brazilian finals, gentlemen, that I think Hunter might be a little bit better. Like, Falco can do it, but there are some small things that you could see that he could do so much better.
But he is with us. He's with us in the final. So we have 2, and we are looking for 2 guys more. Guys, what about today's qualifiers? It was better than a week ago or not?
I think it was better. We saw a lot more improvement when it came to just the general scope of players. Yes, of course, we had Falco kind of dominating again, but we saw some promise, right? We saw, as we mentioned, like Reese King making these slight plays, having the patience. We saw also having again those fights around each other in a wrangle too. The positioning around those specific scenarios, particularly around Bazura and Falco, and the way that they approach those fights around inside those compounds, that's small improvements, right? And we're looking for those small improvements each by week. And I'm convinced if we keep this up, we could actually see a third, a fourth week, maybe in the finals, of course, where we actually do see quite some high level play.
All right, that was very positive from you, very optimistic version of this game, but I saw the game. So, but actually, okay, I understand you, but
I'm trying to like give them confidence, okay?
Lobby. Yeah. It was very good. It was very good. Like a politician, yeah. But I saw one guy drowned, yeah. When there is 7 people in the lobby.
Okay, but I erased that from
possible?
my mind. that was.
Oh,
just,
all right.
I
think we all should. I think we all should. And what about you, Charles? And what do you think about these qualifiers? Are we going, a little better when it goes to Brazilian qualifiers? Are you looking forward with smile on your face when we are talking about third qualifiers in next week?
Yeah, always. Why not? Like, there's always some surprise, like what Highland Wolf said. And I'm just going to say, I wouldn't say better than the first week. I just enjoy it in a different way. And this week we get to talk more about, some small mechanical things in how some of the players wrapped up these fights. And so, yeah, like that's the way that I enjoyed this week, to be fair.
I like that the players are coming back, like we see Grease King like for the 5th time, I think. Bazur is also with us, so we are waiting for other players to come and play in these qualifiers. And I hope that it will be maybe not full lobby, but maybe 20 players in next week. I hope so, and you can do that if you are watching us. You can sign up on SkillzVault.gg. Thank you so much, guys, for today, and have a good night. Have a good night.
A huge amount of time spent on developing a new security standard in crypto has paid off. In November 2020, the Bitcoin Vault 3-key security solution was launched on mainnet. Therefore, Bitcoin Vault has delivered on its promise to become a cryptocurrency allowing reversible transactions. It is time to move forward. In the coming years, the team behind Bitcoin Vault will focus on 6 work streams. Number 1. Development. Our main goal here will be to become a part of a decentralized application ecosystem revolving around Ethereum 2.0. That's why we want to create a wrapped version of Bitcoin Vault by the end of 2021. Number 2. Security. We have our own team of blockchain security experts who audit the code on a regular basis. It's better to be safe than sorry. That's why we stay ahead of dangers and potential loopholes or bugs in the system. We will work with external partners to apply any fixes necessary, perform penetration tests, and at some point work with community and white hats on blockchain security. Number 3. User experience. Bitcoin Vault apps will continue to improve. In the coming years, we will focus on collecting user feedback and applying it to redesign our products to make them user-friendly, convenient, and fresh. Number 4. Products. Along with IT development, we are strongly focusing on market adoption with new products in the pipeline. In 2021, we want to launch staking products with our partner support and connect the Bitcoin Vault ecosystem to fiat currencies. Number 5. Marketing. Awareness. This will be our marketing and communication focus for the next few years. Despite years of rapid development, only a small percentage of people around the world use crypto. It's time for a change. And last but not least, number 6. Quantum computing. The final workstream is more long-term. We are looking at quantum computing concepts with a lot of expectations. What would that mean for blockchain and distributed ledger technology? We will partner with public institutions and private businesses to find a new role for blockchain projects supporting emerging technologies. We cannot predict the future, but we can shape it. Join us. Find out more by visiting our website at btcv.com.